And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast of Sports with your host, Jay Pops. Guys, today's date is October 21st, 2022, people. What does that mean? That means we have a game scheduled for tomorrow. Who do we play? South Carolina Gamecocks. That's the rivalry. It's time to make it a dominant rivalry. It's time to make it very, very dominant. I mean very dominant, okay? It's time to go, no, let me rephrase that. It's time to continuously go undefeated in that rivalry game. All right, as of right now, we're 8-0. Tomorrow night, we're trying to make it 9-0 in South Carolina. What does A&M have to do to win this football game? It's time for Texas A&M to man up. What do I mean by that? It's time for them to man up and leave everything on the field going forward. It's time for you guys to take over. All right? We know we got Ole Miss coming in the building next week in Aggieland, but we aren't thinking about that. We have one more game in front of the Ole Miss game. All right? And morning to everybody out there. I'm so sorry about that. Morning to everybody out there. I thank you guys for just tuning in. And for the ones that catches this show later on in the day, I thank you guys for that as well. Okay? Let the show continuously grow. I'm still praying for that day where I'll have over 100,000 views or just, at least 1,000 views per video. But we'll get there. We'll get there, man. It takes time. Take time and patience. But on this little short segment, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, guys. That's all I ask. Just 5 minutes of your time. That A&M team has to man up. They got to grow up, baby. They just left the Alabama game, gave it everything they had. All right? So, on the last podcast, I talked about offense and defense. These teams are pretty much similar. All right? I hear a lot of people bash Haynes King. And I heard this before the season started. He throws way too many interceptions. But then I told you on the last podcast, I did not know that Spencer Rattler threw that many interceptions. He has thrown 8. He has 5 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. I'll take Haynes any day of the week over Spencer Rattler. The reason why I'm picking the Aggies to win that ball game is because of that stat alone. Now, don't get me wrong. Haynes is 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He hadn't started the full season. Spencer has. Once again, 5 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. I think in this game, we make it 10 interceptions. I don't believe he'll score a touchdown on this Texas A&M backfield. That's just me. I really don't believe that. All right? Now, Alabama done it because they had such a short field, and there was a lot of slant route throws. Just quick slants. You're going to do that too. Mississippi State done it. A lot of contested throws. All right? A couple of those throws should have been picked. Once again, everything that they left on the field during the Mississippi State game defensively, they came into the Alabama game and put it on. Forced 4 turnovers. I think in this game they can force 5. I'm going to say it once again. I think in this game, they can force 5. I believe that defensive backfield now can hold their own better than ever. But I also believe that this defensive line, if they come out there in that 4-man front, they will indeed hold their own. Speaking of that, I believe the defensive line will run a 4-man front period from here on out throughout the remainder of the season. I don't know what the 3-man front was about. I believe he was just trying to try something. But, man, we should have been running it. But I'm not going to place all of this on the defense. At some point, the offensive lights and the offensive skill players have to start clicking with one another. Give me Evan Stewart to have a breakout game again. Give me Evan to go over 100 yards again. All right? I think he had about 6 receptions, 106 yards against Alabama. Nowhere near Jalen Hyatt's number. I'm saying that once again, nowhere near Jalen Hyatt's number. Oh, but he's coming. He's coming along. He is coming along just good. Give me Evan Stewart for over 100. Give me Chris Marshall for over 50 because he's been very consistent with about 4 catches for 40 plus yards. Give me Chris for about 5 receptions, 50 yards. I believe he'll get his 1 touchdown in this game finally. Give me Moose Muhammad because he is indeed and absolutely turned into a grown man. Notice how I'm talking about all receivers. Why? Because that's our weakness, the receiver unit. Well, no, I'm sorry. That's our weakness on this offense, the passing game. I believe these guys have a big game this game. I want to see somebody go for 300 yards passing already and 2 touchdowns. We have not seen it all season. I want to see somebody do it already. All right, so that's all I have for you guys. Like I say, it's time for them to grow up. Please get with me on tomorrow, guys, for the live reaction show, okay? I love all of you. #GigMax.